The following is a special presentation of WSAV Sports.
Here come the Cadets.
In 14 seasons, no football team in our area stands taller than Benedictine Military School. Under head coach Danny Britt, the Cadets have claimed 4 state championships. In a never-ending pursuit to be the top program in the Southeast, Benedictine has scheduled some of Georgia's mightiest opponents. A fearless approach, but one that's garnered mixed results. After an 0-2 start this season, the Cadets appear to have righted the ship and have now set their sights on title number 5 of the Britt era. Tonight, their championship quest continues on WSAV CW. Faster than a Mustang, more powerful than an F-150, the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is on the air. Powered by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln.
A beautiful Friday night here in Savannah, Georgia. Benedictine homecoming, where cadets of the past, cadets maybe of the future, have come out tonight in Memorial Stadium to see their number 4 ranked Benedictine cadets take on the Warner Robins Demons, who travel down here, both teams looking for a big win tonight. And here at Memorial Stadium, the scene as the fans are ready, homecoming activities have concluded, and we're just about to get things underway. Here in the booth, I'm Hank Tatum, joined alongside my partner, Coach Carl DeMasi. Coach, this is going to be a great game between 2 historic programs.
They're definitely historic. Warner Robins has been known forever, 73 years, 2 national championships, 5 state titles, 29 region championships, and BC got their first one in 2014. It's going to be a great one.
Yeah, and so we'll take a look and see how each team is going to be able to win this game. For Benedictine, it's all about the explosive plays. Names that are going to NCAA D1 programs across both sides of the ball, but specifically Bubba Frazier and Stephen Cannon leading this offense.
It's a very potent offense, and they like to throw the ball. Now, on the other side, Warner Robins has a lot to do on defense, even though, from what the coach told me, teams are only completing 20% of their passes, but they got to take care of the plays. They got to come over injuries. They've been hit by the injury bug, and they got an exceptional quarterback in Dyson. So it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more, but the injuries are very prevalent for this Warner Robins team. Down 9 starters all out for the year, and so the question is, how can they overcome that tonight?
Well, being a head coach, you have to have Band-Aids. You have your starters, you have your second team. That second team crew has to be your Band-Aids. They have to step up and be that number 1 starter. They have to be the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star player. And you got to, hopefully you're practicing and getting ready for it.
Well, we'll see if Benedictine can keep rolling or if Warner Robins can pull off the upset. We'll take a listen in to the coin toss at midfield.
All right, gentlemen. Mr. Street, Mr. Street, Mr. Street. Oh, we can fist bump. There we go, Mr. Street. All right, gentlemen, I just want to congratulate you guys on being selected captains for tonight's game. We just accomplished the first thing, which was sportsmanship. Hopefully we can play the rest of the game just like that tonight. All right, gentlemen? You're the visiting team. I got a coin. It's got heads. It's got tails. You get to call the toss. What you going to call? Heads? It is tails. Benedictine has won the toss. You want to defer your choice to the second half? Benedictine has won the toss, elected to defer. You guys want the ball, correct? Which way do you want to kick? You want to kick this way? All right, you turn your backs and face the clock, guys. BC, you turn around and face the locker room. Hey, this way, guys, just like we're lining up to play football. Just like we're about to line up right here. So we're going to have White receiving down here on this end, guys. Let's shake hands, bring our teams out, ready to go, guys. Let's go. Let's get it on. Home team won the toss, elected to defer, and we're going to kick from the clock.
And just like that, we're ready to get things underway. Benedictine wins the toss. They elect to defer. So very early in this one, we are going to get to see the number 1 player in the class of 2027, LaDamian Guyton, on defense.
He's a man-child. I've been coaching. I coached football for a long time. I've coached sports for 42 years. You know the talent when they step on the field, who they are. And you're going to know number 3 is a talent. But don't forget about quarterback going to Texas Tech, Stephen Cannon. Don't forget about Bubba Frazier going to Notre Dame. Okay, Michael Williams going to App State. So there's like 13 players on this BC squad that are going to play big-time college football.
And you see the cadets running through the banner there. They're students here for a homecoming battle, trying to improve to 4-2 on the season and get a big region win. Of course, we haven't even talked about it just yet, but this is ever so important because of the region aspects here tonight.
You know, it's been one of the toughest regions in the state. Region 1, 4A. It's been one of the toughest. A couple of teams are down. Wayne County's down. Warner Robins, we're surprised about Wayne County beating them last week. But it's usually one of the better. Perry won a championship. Warner Robins within the last 5 years. BC won within the last 5 years. So you got 3 legitimate teams. And you know what? New Hampstead over there in Bloomingdale, Georgia, okay, which is right outside Savannah, is no slouch either. They might be down this year, but they got the weapons.
So you see head coach Shane Sams there over for Warner Robins. And despite all of the injuries and the adversity his team is facing, they didn't come to Savannah to lose. They are trying to pull a major upset tonight against head coach Danny Britt's squad for the Benedictine Cadets and the home team.
I mean, that's the motto. That's the motif. You got to tell your kids, you're in the game. You play one play at a time, and you don't know what's going to happen. Just play hard, and hopefully a good thing will happen.
So the cadets in gray, the Demons in white, and we are moments away from kickoff. Josh Breton, the senior, will kick things off from the 40. Sends it high and deep into the October night sky air, and Warner Robins will take this out. Moving towards the home sideline, and now a lane is opened up as he'll go out of bounds just at the 25. So Warner Robins going to start with some good field position, and this is an offense that's been productive so far, but it has to limit the turnovers.
Hank, we already got a flag on the field on the return. I don't know what he's calling, but the flag came out.
Looked like there may have been a late hit there out of bounds. Both these teams riled up. There's been a lot of waiting here tonight for this homecoming matchup.
Good return, but negated by a holding penalty on the Demons.
So I believe that was Potomi Kahari, the team's starting running back there on the return.
All right, up front for the Cadets, you got 58 Isaac Scott, 55 Cameron Cody, who's going to Clemson. Okay, and then you got Gavin Smith up front. So you got 58, 55, 51, and then watch number 3, Lindamian Guyton on the outside.
So sophomore quarterback Chandler Dyson will line up in the shotgun here for the first play from scrimmage tonight. The Demons backed up to their own 9 after the personal foul on the kickoff return.
And watching some footage last week when they played Wayne County, a couple of snaps went over his head. He's a big boy too.
Standing 6'3", over 200 pounds in the shotgun. Potomi to his right. He'll hand to Potomi, a little read option, but Guyton is all over it. We talked him in the open right away, making an immediate impact.
Off the edge, he came hard, as you see in the replay. Here he comes right off the edge. Nobody's blocking him, and you got a host of white helmets there. Traditionally, Benedictine wears a maroon helmet. These are the new helmets this year. They're white helmet, pretty sharp, and when they go all white, Hank, it looks really sweet.
Guyton, of course, committed to Texas Tech recently, the 5-star #1 overall player. Makes a play on the first play of this game. So now second down here for Dyson. He'll send a man in motion towards the home sideline. Gonna look to pass and gets blown
in the end zone.
No call just yet. Ball recovered in the end zone, and it looks like it's a safety.
You're not going to stop the pressure of this defense. They came from every gap, every seam you could cut. I mean, he had no chance of throwing that ball. It might be a long night here, Hank. It might be a long night for the Demons.
And look who it was again. Guyton getting to the quarterback. Good job there by Potomi Kahari to get on that ball and not make sure that that wasn't a Benedictine touchdown. Instead, it's 2 points for the Cadets to start things off.
I mean, this season he has 3 sacks in 5 games, but he's coming hard off the edge. And what surprises me, why Warner Robins isn't double teaming him. I mean, there's nobody blocking the guy, not even one guy blocking him. You got to double team the best player, or you got to go away from him. You can't drop back and expect someone, go, sprint out, get your quarterback out of that pocket.
Well,
that's what I would do.
It's an offensive line that's banged up just like the rest of the team. Right there, he had right tackle Ashley Rowland, who wasn't able to handle Guyton. And it looked like it was a quick pass, and Guyton was able to get there even quicker than Dyson was able to get the ball out. And so, Carl, this is a dream start for Benedictine in a region game in front of their home fans. They only have 3 home games this year. And so they're excited to see their cadets get on the board first.
Nobody wanted to play Benedictine. They had a 10-game schedule. Coach Britt couldn't fit that 10 games, so they had 9 games, and 6 on the road. So it's a tough one. And we got to give a little credit there to number 58, Isaac Scott, came in from the other side. So you got double pressure on that quarterback that last play.
So you've got kicker Jay Bez for the Demons. This will be his first action tonight. 2 return men for the Cadets, including 4-star wide receiver and Notre Dame commit Bubba Frazier. The kick will go away, a little bit of a pooch kick. Gets to the 50, now returned up the sideline. Flag thrown, a pink flag, in honor of October for breast cancer awareness. That one likely going to back the Cadets offense up just a little bit before they come out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be holding from where it came from. He ran to the left. Somebody on the left side was holding somebody. Yep, holding.
So a holding there at about the 45.
10 from the flag.
So it gets 10 yards back from the flag, as you heard the head official, Mr. Michael Street, announce.
So this will be our first look at this Benedictine offense, a high-flying offense that averages 33 points per game, 230 yards on the ground, and they're very capable through the air. Stephen Cannon leading this team as the signal caller.
But like you interviewed Coach Sams over there, he said they hold teams to 20% completion. I don't know if they're going to stop this kid.
Cannon in the shotgun. He'll fake the motion and take it himself. Looking for a lane, breaks a tackle. Now at the 50, he gets a block, and he gets all the way down to the 40. So a big play there from Stephen Canning on the designed quarterback rush.
I mean, he averages over 5 yards a carry. So, when you have a dual threat quarterback, you got to account for him. Back in the old days, we never counted for the quarterback because they didn't run this type of offense.
Head coach Danny Britt said this week that the biggest piece of development for Cannon from this year to last year is that he has exploded physically. A lot taller, a lot stronger, a lot faster, and you saw it right there. So Stanley Smart Jr. in the backfield. He'll get the ball here and bounce it outside. He's going to try and make a cutback. Gets to about the 32 before getting swarmed up by a team of Warner Robins defenders.
And I got number 6, Bryant Lactavius, making a tackle for the Demons, but they swarmed, they got there. But I mean, you had big number 79 leading the way there for the Cadets. Number 79, what do you got here? Number 79. I don't have a 79 starting, do you?
I don't have a 79 on the starter either, so maybe the Cadets have turned things over.
77?
It might have been Carlton Hall. Cadets going to look for a little screen pass out wide, and it's going to fall incomplete.
No, it's 79.
Looks like Everett Nelson, the sophomore, getting some reps early on in this game. That pass intended for Cole Henderson. He couldn't come up with it on the screen to the short side of the field.
Yeah, Carlton Hall, number 77, he's the right tackle.
So 3rd down here in about 4. Cannon in the shotgun will hand to Smart. Smart's going to break it outside, gets a few blocks. Now at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and Stanley Smart Jr. touchdown for the Benedictine Cadets.
33-yard scamp right there for Stanley Smart, leading rusher on the team. He's been doing it all year for the Cadets.
That one is all on his offensive line. Everett Nelson, we just talked about him, leading the way to open up the holes. And Smart, even though he's 200 pounds, head coach Danny Britt said this week that he has 10.6 speed. And so he's a tough runner, but then you see the breakaway speed he possesses as well. Benedictine now up 8-0 with the extra point pending. Parker Lewis comes on, snap and hold are good. Lewis's kick is good. And just like that, only a few minutes into this game, the Benedictine Cadets are rolling early, now up 9-0.
You know, the name of the game, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes wins. We had the safety that started off, and Benedictine's offense was just too overpowering. But I give the Demons a lot of credit. They did knock down that pass right away. So right now the Cadets are 0 for 1 passing and throwing the ball.
Knocked down the pass, had it at about a 3rd and 5. But I mean, this was what we talked about coming into this game, was it was the turnovers for Warner Robins offense. And already they're plagued by one, and Smart cashes in for the Cadets on that long run there, just out of the outstretched arms of Antavius Hawkins at the end of that run.
Now BC does switch the field goal extra point kicker for the guy that kicks off.
That's John Breton for the Cadets kicking off.
I think he has 3 touchbacks on the year. And there have been a lot of good kickers this year in Savannah area that they're putting the ball in the end zone.
And what's crazy about both of these Benedictine kickers is neither of them have played football before this season. They're both soccer players that Coach Britt went and said, hey, why don't you come play football? And they've both been great for this cadet team so far.
Hey, use all your multi-sport athletes in the school.
Potomi fields that one at the 5. Going to look for his blockers to set up first, and now he's going to get to about the 20 before he gets swarmed by a few cadets.
Swarmed by a lot of white helmets, and that's Coach Britt's motto. He wants all hats to the ball. So if there's not 11 hats by the ball, he counts them out when he breaks down the film. And from what he used to do, he used to run. So the kids know they better get down there quick. Well, Demon's going to get a second chance here.
So we already saw the prevalent pass rush for Benedictine. If you're Warner Robins, how do you try to mitigate that and find something on this second drive?
You got to stop them coming off the edge. You got to stop 58 Scott, and you got to stop number 3, LaDamian Guyton off the edge. The middle, you know, Cody's right up there in the middle. Big nose tackle. You got to be able to handle him. Clemson commit.
Dyson brings a man in motion. It's Ezra Goings. Another pressure on Dyson as he gets it out to Potomi, but a nice hit there.
Michael Williams, the App State commit. Watch him come up hard, closes quick, wraps. He's not going anywhere.
Williams had the Ball Hawk Award last week against Ware County and comes up early here in this game.
Michael Williams is an athlete. He's a heck of a basketball player, too, for the cadets.
So second and long once again for this Warner Robins offense.
You got 2 safeties, 2 defensive backs for the cadets. Motion across.
Ad side going in motion.
Bad
the snap is
again.
dropped by Dyson. He's going to try and look to get it off, and he does. A nice catch there from Ezra Goings across the middle for a big Warner Robins gain.
Jonathan Black makes the tackle.
A nice play there from Dyson. After dropping the snap, able to look at his receiver and find Goings crossing the middle.
I guess they said no catch. Yeah, no catch. The ball's going back.
On the diving attempt there, maybe hit the ground, and so now it's
I didn't
third
look at
and
the
really
replay.
long.
We got to check the replay because those guys do a great job on the replay back in the booth.
So 3rd and 16 for Warner Robins offense. Head coach Shane Sams there trying to dial something up to move the
Here we
sticks.
go. Low snap. Here's your replay. Dyson throws it. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Ad side in motion again. This time Dyson's going to keep it, and he's got room up the middle. Gets to about the 25 before being swallowed there. And so that will force a long 4th down for the Demons, and their offense will vacate the field.
I got to account for the quarterback right up the middle. They're double team, triple teaming Cody.
That's Omari Burse on the tackle there. He's able to wrap him up by around the ankles.
That's your backup quarterback, too. You got to put your athletes on the field. Amari played quarterback for the 5-6 games that Stephen Counter was out last year.
Nash Luke, the punter for Warner Robins. His first opportunity of the night. Snaps a little high. He's able to get it off. And it's going to get favorable Warner Robins bounce to about the 49, and Benedictine's offense will take the field once again. We'll take a quick break here on WSAV CW Game of the Week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, brought to you by OC Welch Ford Lincoln. Looking for a new truck? Go see OC today. Benedictine offense already up 9-0 after the touchdown on their last drive, and the safety to get things started will take the field once again. And Carl, this has got to be tough for this Warner Robins defense that felt like they were just on the field to go back out there after the quick 3 and out.
You know, short field, better chance of scoring right here, and that's what the Cadets are in a great position. Too much pressure for the offense right now for Warner Robins.
Cannon drop backs to pass, looks at Frazier, now going to roll out to his right. He's going to pump fake and take it himself. He's going to get hit hard for a gain of about 1. Was looking for Bubba Frazier initially and then had to eat it and take it himself.
This is definitely a defensive back coverage pressure.
Quincy Davis on the initial pressure there and then was able to get swallowed up by a few defensive backs for Warner Robins, and so 2nd and 9 for the Benedictine offense. Cannon under center here, and it's going to be a reverse. He's got some space, and a tackle broken by Joshua Washington. Now at the 25, makes a man miss, makes another miss. The 10, welcome back, Joshua Washington. Touchdown, Cadets.
But the key on that run was big number 77, Carlton Hall, on that last block to free him up for the touchdown. I mean, what more do you want? 50-yard touchdown run or 49-yard?
Took the handoff, made one miss there, then made another miss, and was still able to
here's the big guy right here, 77, pow!
And
that's what you call a pancake block.
What a start for Benedictine, now up 15-0, pending the extra point from Parker Lewis. And that is good, a 16-0 lead for Benedictine. This homecoming crowd is loving the start for their team that they haven't seen in a while. The last home game for this Benedictine squad was against Beaufort way back when. That feels like ages ago.
Well, one of the interviews for Danny Britt was showing him talking to the team. I think it was after last week's game, and he says, "We're finally going to stay home. We don't have to get on the bus." That's something that's pretty special. That's what he wants. Stay home, put up the points, home crowding, big crowd. The fans are loving it. That
Beaufort game was back on August 22nd. Then the team went on the road in the Burt County win, and they had a double bye, which is odd. You don't normally see that, but the 2 weeks off allowed them to get healthy. One of those guys that was able to get healthy was Joshua Washington. This is the first time he's been able to play since that injury back in Savannah, and he cashes in early.
When you got blockers out in front and you could stop on a dime and change direction, and it's very hard to teach that. I mean, you got to love it. Josh Washington is one of the better players on his team. He's got some offers. I don't know exactly which schools they are, but I was told he's got some offers.
So Brenton back out for his 3rd kickoff of the game here. Still 6:50 remaining in this first quarter. A 16-0 lead for his team.
Kick deep, number 12's got the ball.
Returned at the 5, looking for room, and the tackle is going to be made and pushed out at about the 17-yard line. And so not great field position once again for this Warner Robins offense that has struggled so far, still looking for its first down of the game.
And you know that defense is going to pin their ears back, and they're coming. No matter what they're going to try and do. I feel bad for the Demons, whether it's going to be running the ball or throwing the ball, they're coming. Now, the big play that did work was the quarterback, with the quarterback up the middle, quarterback midline, whatever you want to call it, quarterback drawer, as I would in the old school terminology. So we'll see what they do here. Dyson's the whole offense right now.
He had the nice run, the throw to Ezra Goings that was ruled incomplete over the middle, but he hasn't had much time back in the pocket. And so he'll stay in the shotgun. It'll be C.J. Gunnings lined up to his left. Gonna fake the handoff and the pitch back. And now he's got room, and at the 30 gets tackled. That's Guyton making the play from the outside backer position, but it's Ezra Goings on the end around there. So that's a way to manufacture some offense for the Demons.
Yeah, he gets run down from the backside. And like you said, that's Mr. Guyton. That's a good closing speed right there for a guy that's 6'3", about 220, right?
And for Goings on the offense, a 6'3" receiver, 281 yards receiving on the season, offers from Navy, Georgia State, Troy, and a few others to go along with those 3.
But it's positive. They picked up 10 yards on the play.
Dyson trying to motion over his receiver, who wasn't looking, so Goings instead will run in motion. He'll take a low snap, fumbles with it, able to get the handoff off, and it's Potomi who's going to get about 2 before being hit there. So Potomi Kahari
taken down by Larson Little, who is the 3rd leading tackler for the season. He has 25 solo tackles, 9 assists, 34 on the season. So, believe it or not, Jaden Houston, number 11, he's the leading tackle for the Cadets. But Little is the linebacker, traditional linebacker here at BC. That he's not big, but he's going to come get you because he can go lateral. He can go east and west, and also north and south.
Jaden Hill in the backfield now for the Demons. Goings in motion once again. They're going to fake the handoff, and Dyson's going to take off up the middle, and he's got space. It'll be close to a first down. Looks like he's just going to be short there as the tackle's made once again by Larson Little there, able to wrap up Dyson.
You got to account for the quarterback, and right now BC's not accounting for the quarterback. And I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, they had one play that got him 10 yards on that little toss, reverse, go back against the grain, but you got to count for him.
Dyson looks a little banged up after that run, but it was enough for the first down, the first for the Demons offense in this game. Now he's going to look to pass, rolls out to his right. The throw to Goings is going to be broken up. A nice play in the secondary.
Looks like it was Jaden Houston on that play. Yeah, Dyson's limping already. Sorry, I take that back. Jonathan Blank, number 20, comes up and makes a good hit right there. Yep, Jonathan Black.
So the Demons were trying to keep things rolling after that first down, and they looked towards the sticks for Ezra Goings, and it falls incomplete. Now 2nd and 10.
You're thinking quarterback right here. Quarterback keeping the ball, but the linebackers widen out for BC.
Ad side in motion to the side with Goings, so 2 on the same side. Dyson throws over the middle, and it's intercepted.
It's going to the house.
Benedictine, the 40, the 30, the 20, and he finally goes out of bounds. That's Michael Williams with the play, interception and the long return. Williams gets his first interception of the season.
Yep. And you can tell he can turn on that speed and he can go.
Dyson was looking over the middle to Ezra Goings, and the pass sailed on him into the waiting arms of Williams, who celebrates with his team over there on the sidelines. And now he turns things over once again to this Benedictine offense.
Williams right on the spot. Last season, 74 tackles, 5 pass deflections, 4 interceptions, first team All-Great in Savannah. 19 D1 offenses, like I said. He's committed to App State.
App State getting a good one, it looks like, as Cannon looks to throw and overshoots the intended receiver.
Tight end.
That was Bennett Conaway, and Bennett Conaway was running wide open up the seam. The pass just sailed on Cannon a tiny bit.
Bennett Conaway had that big 2-point conversion last week against Ware County.
And it was a big one, and you could tell that Coach Britt thought it was a big deal because Conaway won the Team Me Award, something that Benedictine gives out each week. Cannon in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Bubba Frazier, his first action of the night. And Frazier immediately gang tackled there by Warner Robbins.
Met by a host of Demons, right?
That is Quincy Davis and Jamari Timpson on the tackle there. Timpson got to him first. Davis helped him clean it up. So now a 3rd and 12. Benedictine behind the sticks for the first time tonight after the incomplete pass to Conway and the loss of 2 on the handoff to Bubba Frazier. Cannon in the shotgun, Smart to his left. Frazier now in motion. He's going to fake the jet pass to Frazier and instead hand it off to Smart, who thinks about breaking the shoelace tackle, but instead gets only 2.
He's met there by D. Smith. D. Smith, the linebacker there for the Demons. Now, do we see the field goal kicker? Yep.
And so Parker Lewis will trot onto the field for D. Smith. It's his 11th tackle of the season. He has an interception, a sack, and 6 tackles for loss. Makes a big play there to keep the Cadets out of the end zone for the first time tonight.
Just fill your gap. Hold your zone.
So we talked about Parker Lewis, a former soccer player, his first year playing football, has made from 49 last week, but was 1 for 3, looking to get back on track this week, and he does. Through the uprights, Benedictine now up 19-0.
34-yard field goal, right?
34 yards.
33?
And his long was 49. He made that one last week against Ware County, but was 1 for 3 as the player's banged up here for Warner Robins, and there's maybe a flag down on the field as well. We'll take a second here to check on who this Warner Robins player is that you see down. 2:59 left in the first quarter. Benedictine up 19-0. Trainers may be pointing to the arm of the injured Demon.
Here we go right here. Over the top.
And that's Quincy Davis, it looks like.
Looks like number 3.
Davis, the defensive end, has been active already in a few tackles for loss, and going over the top, seems like it came down holding
on
his
elbow. Yeah.
So the trainers will take a second to tend to him. Carl, you mentioned it in the pregame, 2 national championships for this team for Warner Robins back in the day. Tomorrow afternoon on WSAV CW, we've got an ACC football battle between Wake Forest and Virginia Tech. Wake Forest is 2-2 on the season, still looking for its first conference win, and now they face a Virginia Tech team that knocked off NC State on WSAV CW last weekend. Tom Renahan and Will Blackman will have the call tomorrow on the CW Football Saturday, beginning at 1 on WSAV CW. Also tomorrow night on Big Ten Saturday night, it's homecoming in Columbus, and Minnesota is next for the Buckeyes. Ohio State is the #1 team in the country, and Coach Ryan Day has his team at 4-0 headed into October. The Golden Gophers on the other side are 3-1 after pulling out a win against Rutgers. Former Ohio State graduate assistant P.J. Fleck is now in his 9th season as head coach at Minnesota. He's got a redshirt freshman Drake Lindsey at quarterback, and that Buckeye defense is going to be a tough nut to crack. We've got the action tomorrow night beginning at 7 on WSAV. Then stay up later for News 3 at 11 weekend with Kaylee Fedko, Jeff Borick, and Colby Zack.
And just to throw a little tidbit in here, starting cornerback for the University of Minnesota Gophers is former BC Cadet standout Saquon Bryan. Bryan. He was a big player here for BC offense, defense. He's the starting cornerback there now for the Gophers in Minnesota.
So he'll be in action tomorrow when they take on the #1 team in the country at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And if you watch the game, okay, and you are going to watch the game because it's right here on, NBC, all right, look for number 4. Remember, the number 4 is a Savannah boy starting in a D1 football program, Zaquan Bryan, or they call him Quan.
Quincy Davis still being tended to on the field, and you see this Warner Robins team, this is the last thing that they wanted to see tonight. 9 injuries were starters that are now out for the year, and Quincy Davis is down, so they're potentially losing a 10th starter on this team. You can see Davis there going over the top and immediately grabs at that left elbow, and so he's still being looked at here on the field.
Yeah, he's grabbing his elbow, which is a good thing. If you want to say an injury is a good thing. But they're still working on it. BC athletic trainers are out there with the Warner Robins trainers. Coach Britt over there to check it out.
And this Warner Robins team, in talking to head coach Shane Sams this week, he said that it is just tough because of how much they've had to deal with the adversity, the backups that they've had to throw into roles, including freshmen. It looks like we're going to go ahead and take a break here. So 2:59 remaining in the first quarter. Benedictine up 19-0, and we hope the best for Warner Robins as Quincy Davis. We'll be right back on the WSAV CW.
Saturday, college football is live on NBC and Peacock. First up, Boise State takes on Notre Dame in South Bend.
No one is going to catch him. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Then in prime time, it's a Big Ten matchup when Minnesota visits the Ohio State. It's all live on NBC and Peacock.
WSAV is on your side, tackling a problem landfill that has one ladies' island neighborhood fuming.
One thing they absolutely can't stand, an indescribable smell.
Some mornings I've come out here and almost thrown up. It's so severe.
And what's worse, they say it's causing headaches and nausea. WSAV dug deeper and found hydrogen sulfide gas is to blame. Now we're following up with South Carolina Environmental Services. Can they help? Count on WSAV to make sure they do.
Something special. Baby throws to the end zone. Yes! What a catch! That was awesome.
When it comes to tracking severe weather, faster is better.
And no other system processes radar faster than Storm Team 3 Viper.
Minutes faster than other local radars.
Using 3D imaging to help us locate the strongest and most dangerous threats.
Because when you see more of the storm, you get more information.
Storm Team 3 Viper radar, the tools and technology to keep you safe.
Only from WSAV, on your side.
Welcome back to the WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week on the CW. There you see Quincy Davis. Reportedly we're hearing a dislocated elbow as he still is being tended to. Is able to walk off the field under his own power, but does not look like he will be coming back tonight. We hope the best for Quincy Davis. This is a Warner Robins team that is so injury plagued, and now they lose another starter on their defense this time. Benedictine got a field goal. Warner Robins was able to get the stop, and they will send it away to see if the Demons can answer and get on the board tonight. The return only going to go to about the 15 as a swarm of cadets get him. That was Ethan Adside on the return. And so already, as we near the end of this first quarter, Benedictine with 92 rushing yards. Dyson has 27 of his own, but he hasn't been able to find much else on offense for this Warner Robins team just yet.
Yeah, they're just swarming. BC's coming full force. They got their ears pinned back. You can tell that they're not taking this game lightly. And in that region, every region game, every region win matters if you want to go to the state playoffs. And right now, looking at BC's schedule, they got Wayne County next week at home. Wayne County next week at home. No, 2 weeks. They got a week off again, another bye week. And then they go to Wayne County. Wayne County comes here, then they go to Perry and New Hampstead.
Dyson swallowed up again in the backfield. And it looked like a read option there. He kept it, and multiple cadets were able to get to him.
Guyton's got some pressure on him. Big number 97 for Benedictine.
He's so big, we don't even have a 97 on our roster, so we're not exactly sure just yet who that is. Oh, it's Jameer Lee. Of course, how could I forget Jameer Lee?
He's only a sophomore. He's only got 3 big-time offers. Miami, I forget who the other 2 schools are. I know, I'm having a tough time picking the numbers on these jerseys. Here comes Guyton again.
And he's hit, but he's able to get it out. And now a lot of room here for Warner Robins as they get to about the 17-yard line. That's Peyton Zimmerman, this 6'2" sophomore tight end,
what
able
a catch.
to haul that pass in.
One-handed grab.
And that is tough to do for Dyson, moving away, throwing across his body with the #1 player in the country in his face in the Damian Guyton.
Mr. Little on the tackle right there.
So 3rd down now for the Demons. Familiar territory as they've faced a few 3rd downs already tonight. Can they move the chains here on 3rd and 7 with 1:30 left in this first quarter? Dyson with the back split out to his right. He's going to turn, look at the back, instead fire over the middle, and it's going to be caught, but not enough for the first down. A gain of about 4 there.
Trying to get the BC cadet defender on that tackle.
Ethan Adside there on the reception. It brings up a 4th and 3, and the Demons will send out Nash Luke, the punter.
Just to let the fans at home, it's tough. They got these gray shirts on with these outline white maroon numbers, and it's tough to pick the numbers up.
They're just about 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. 4th and 3, Warner Robins will punt and give the ball back to Benedictine. The snap, whistles blow immediately. It looks like it's going to be a false start. So Warner Robins will be backed up 5 more yards before this punt.
Against the offense.
Just
5 yards.
They go forward and then they go backwards.
So despite all the injuries for this Warner Robins team, head coach Shane Sam said the expectations of this program don't change. He still believes in his guys, says the expectation every week, every year is to win a state title, and they've won quite a few in their history. They've won many region titles. They still believe that they can get there even with all of the adversity they're dealing with this season. We'll see if now Nash Luke can get this away. Guyton rushes him, almost gets to it. The punt will drop at about the 35 and take a bounce. Bubba Frazier will collect it, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. So the Cadets will get it in plus territory already.
Another short field for the Cadets. Just so people know, Warner Robins is a nationally known team. 2 national championships, 1976, 1981. They've had 5 region titles in the last 7 years. They won back-to-back state titles out of their 6 state titles in 2020 and 2021. So the tradition is there, football's there, one of the best programs in the state of Georgia. Just so happens this year, the injuries are really taking a toll on them.
And they've got a 14 straight playoff appearance streak going. We'll see if they can keep it up here in 2025. Cannon takes the snap under center and he hands off. It's going to be met in the backfield there. Nice play from Warner Robins. Don't know exactly who that was there on the tackle, but a big loss on first down.
Eron Millard.
He had the carry but had nowhere to go as he was swallowed up.
I get Antavius Hawkins. Is he back?
Don't know. We were told he may be out for the year, but that will wrap up the end of the first quarter. Benedictine leading big here after the initial safety on the first play from scrimmage. They've got a 19-0 lead as we head to the break on the Friday Night Blitz game of the week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by Chicken Salad Chick. Deliciously fresh in Bluffton, Savannah, Pooler, and Statesboro. Made from scratch, served from the heart.
Tell you right now, that's a man. That's the way to a man's heart right there. Chicken Salad Chick, buddy.
So 2nd and 12 here for the Benedictine Cadets as Cannon looks to throw. He's got Frazier for a first down. Frazier's going to try to make a man miss, and he's going to be brought down, but it's just short of the first down, so to bring up a 3rd and 1 for this Benedictine offense.
Nice tight spiral right there by Mr. Cannon. Hits Bubba Frazier. Frazier trying to make something, juking left and right, but nowhere. But he picks up 9 yards on the play.
Connor Oates on the tackle there. Hard to bring down the 4-star. He's only 5'9", but he is as shifty as ever, and that's why he's committed to Notre Dame right now. So 3rd and 1 for this Benedictine offense. Cannon in the shotgun, Smart behind him. Here goes Millard in motion. Cannon will hand off, and Smart trips up. He's going to be just short of the first down. Looks like he may have even lost a yard there.
Tripped over his own man's foot right there, Mr. Hall.
And so he did trip over Carlton Hall's foot there. So it's now a decision time for Coach Britt. They're at about the 33, so it'd be a 50-yard field goal, which is in range for Parker Lewis, but he's gonna elect to leave the offense on the field. 4th and 2. This is what Stanley Smart does best. And you see the bunch formation, a fullback for Benedictine, Cannon under center.
No, you're going huge jumbo formation right here. Unbalanced left.
And the handoff to Smart. He is hit in the backfield, and he will not get it. A big stop for Warner Robins as they come away with the 4th down stop. What a play for the Demons.
They went to the unbalanced side to the left right here at the bottom of your screen. And the red helmets just filled their gaps and just knocked them back.
Davion Dixon with the takedown. Davion Dixon, number 88. He's been injured. We were told he probably wouldn't play, but it seems as though he's back tonight, unless that's another Demon with a different number. But he makes a big play, gets the Demons the ball back, and a chance to climb back into this game here in the second quarter. Starting at the 33. Dyson will take the snap. He'll throw over to Goings on the screen pass.
Nowhere.
And he will have nowhere to go. Jonathan Black there in on the tackle.
And you got 9 helmets right there within 2 yards of the ball. Defense is swarming tonight.
So 2nd and 10 again. I feel like that's been the key for this Benedictine defense, is they've been keeping Warner Robins in 2nd and 3rd and long. They haven't been able to get to 2nd and manageable just yet.
Very aggressive, very aggressive.
Dyson hasn't lined up under center just yet. Now he's going to switch the play, looks over to the sideline. 15 on the play clock. Dyson going to check the play here. He's got Goings near the boundary, ad side in the slot. Nobody to the left of him. And a play action, he's going to look Goings' way. A long throw, Goings not able to haul it in. So now 3rd and long.
Low throw. And talking to one of the coaches on the sidelines, you'll see the replays right here. Low throw.
That's a long throw to make.
It's a long throw across the field, yes.
Far side of the field to the boundary.
It's about 40 yards, so quickly, from what I'm told, also Warner Robins graduated 29 players last year. Did you hear the same thing?
So not only do they graduate 29 seniors, but then they've lost what seems to be about 10 starters already this season here in 2025. They face a 3rd and 10. Guyton on the top of your screen here. And it's going to be a Dyson keeper up the middle. He's got space. He's got a 1st down and more. Right to the 50-yard line, takes a big hit, but pops right back up. 1st down for Warner Robins.
Middle of the field again, wide open. Linebackers over pursuing, going towards the motion too hard, and Dyson just comes right behind him. I'm telling you right now, you gotta account for the quarterback. I mean, it's very simple right now. Account for the quarterback, because that's the only one or only player for the Warner Robins team that's doing anything.
Wyatt Estabrook had the takedown. This is the first time Warner Robins has been in plus territory. They hand it off to Goings, and he loses the football. Benedictine is on it. And just like that, after their best play of the night on offense, Benedictine gets it right back. Jaden Houston comes up with the fumble recovery, and it looks here on the handoff like Goings never really had it.
He wasn't looking. He was looking at the defense when he was trying to take the handoff. So is he running scared? I mean, I'm not trying to come down on the kid, but he's looking downfield. He's got to get that ball in his stomach. He's got to hold on to it and then look who's coming. But
and I don't know if that was as much Goings' fault. It looked like Dyson maybe held the ball a little long. Some sort of miscommunication on the handoff.
He was looking downfield too soon.
And
look
so,
the ball into your stomach. Look the ball, feel for the ball, and then worry about the defense that's coming.
just when Warner Robins gets some momentum, they give the ball right away, and that's plagued this team all season long. Smart on the run. That's Bubba Frazier on the run, and he will be wrapped up for a gain of about 1 there.
I'm going to say this.
D. Smith on the tackle.
This team tonight is not quitting, okay? This team is not quitting. Even though they're down 19-0 and they're getting pushed around, they're not quitting. Right there, one of the white jerseys not accounted for. Frazier had nowhere to go. Yeah, Frazier's in the backfield now with Cannon.
So Coach Britt likes to get Frazier involved any way he can because he's an electric playmaker. Cannon going to look towards the sideline, and he's going to have Washington for a catch. It's going to be right at the sticks. We'll see if it's enough for a first down or if we'll bring up a short third down.
It's going to be 3rd down and short.
3rd down and 1, it looks like it'll be.
Right there, put it right in his hands.
Number 1, Jay Cannon on the play for Warner Robins. 3rd down
And just so you know, BC this year is playing with 4 underclassmen on the offensive line. There's only 1 senior, and that's Carlton Hall. Okay, you're playing with Colin Ward, who's only a junior, Noah Barnard, who's only a junior, Reef Leonard, who's only a sophomore.
So you see right there, Stephen Cannon has wheels as well, a member of this 4x100 sprint team that was a state champion. We'll get back to it in just a second as Cannon's going to try and find the edge. He makes a man miss. Now he's going to have the 40. A great block by his receiver, and Cannon down the sideline. Gets pushed out at the 12, but there is a flag. This one may be coming back due to a holding there, but an electric run for a state champion sprinter. That state championship team.
He had nowhere to go. He dropped back, pushed him down.
Carl, while we've got a second, that 4x100 state championship team last year was Millard, Smart, Cannon, and Frazier. So 4 players on this Benedictine offense.
I missed the call on the penalty. It was against Warner Robins.
Believe that it may have been maybe hands to the face or an illegal contact of sorts. It's against Warner Robins, and so Benedictine has the ball at the 21. That play should have been a loss, but Cannon was able to make the most of it. He now rolls out, will keep it himself, makes a man miss on the pump fake, takes a hit, and he's down to the 2-yard line. Cannon's wheels paving the way on this drive.
Like I said, you got to account for the quarterback. Little pump fake here. He was trying to get it out to the tight end. Just tucks it and goes, and he wants to run.
And Tavius Hawkins there, maybe with the tackle. Hawkins is injured, and we mentioned that earlier. I don't think that's Antavius Hawkins. He was also a wide receiver, and so I'm not sure. Maybe they have some numbers that have been switched around for this Warner Robins team.
He was on the list of one of the 9 players that were out.
1st and goal here, Cannon under center. He'll turn around and hand off to Frazier in an I formation, and Frazier is wrapped up quickly and brought down.
They filled the gaps pretty quick right there. All red helmets coming through the line of scrimmage right here. You'll see all red helmets right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 red helmets to stop him right there.
So if you're confused at home, Bubba Frazier is a wide receiver, but he does have 83 yards on the ground and a touchdown to go along with his team leading 365 yards through the air and 4 touchdowns. He's lined up a lot in the backfield tonight. Back there once again for the 2nd and goal from the 5. Cannon fakes the handoff, and he's got Conway wide open. Play action results in 6 for Benedictine. They take a 25-0 lead. A personal foul there maybe on the celebration, but the points will count nonetheless. Benedictine off to the races early in this one.
I mean, it's a big play that they've used all through the season, so it's working.
And so you show the I formation handoff to Frazier, and the next play you turn around, fake it to him, and Conway sneaks out of the pile down the seam for an easy touchdown.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the scoring team, that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Penalty was on the celebration there. And so Lewis will have a normal extra point, and that'll be enforced on the kickoff. For Conway, he came into this game with only 3 catches for 40 yards on the season, but last week may have been the turning point for him. 2 catches, 29 yards, and the crucial 2-point conversion in the win over Ware County. And when we come back, we'll talk about that win over Ware County and how important it might be for this Benedictine team moving forward. But for now, it's Benedictine with a 26-0 lead thanks to the Stephen Cannon to Conway touchdown with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. You're watching WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week on the CW. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by OC Welsh Ford Lincoln. Find the certified pre-owned cars or truck you're looking for online at GoSeeOCFord.com. Well, Carl, packed stands here for Benedictine homecoming. Carl DeMasi to my left, Hank Tatum here in the booth, and right now a 26-0 lead early for Benedictine.
You got to get into this. It's homecoming. You got to drag it out like these guys are doing. Dragging it out. You can't even sit on this BC side. Warner Robins brought some people, but not what we got over here. And we got homecoming lining up down there, getting ready for halftime.
Warner Robins making the 167-mile trip, just over 2.5 hours down here. And so the fans maybe traveled a little bit lightly on this Friday night in October. Renton kicks it away, short kick, fielded at the 30. Remember the unsportsmanlike conduct on the touchdown celebration, and that proves costly there as Warner Robins will get good field position at about the 40-yard line to start this drive.
Number 12 for the Cadets on the tackle there.
And so, Carl, we've seen this Warner Robins
tackle
offense,
by Ben Kleinpeter, number 12.
We've seen this offense start to get momentum. They've broken off a few big plays thanks to Dyson's legs, and then they've turned it over a few times. And that was something that Coach Shane Sam said, we've got to be more cohesive and stop turning it over. Dyson's had 7 interceptions coming into this game through his 8th to Micah Williams. So they've got to hang on to the ball, but it feels like they're starting to figure out how to move it against this Benedictine defense.
And Benedictine really hasn't been an opportunistic team. They only got 2 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries.
Dyson in an empty set motions Kahari over, and he will be wrapped up, none other than LaDamian Guyton for a huge loss on first down.
Nobody's blocking him all game long. I mean, why you want to run to where number 3 is just makes me wonder. You know, being an old former offensive coordinator, I'm running away from number 3.
You're quickly seeing why he is the #1 composite player on 24/7 Sports in the country for the class of 2027. In his career, you see the numbers there, 134 tackles, and he is currently committed to the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Lubbock, Texas.
Second and very long. Dyson gets the snap, will look to throw. He's going to screen pass back to the right. Potomi struggles with it, but now he's got a little bit of room as he gets about 5 yards back for his offense there after the bobble.
I give the offensive coordinator a lot of credit for making that call, because what do you do against teams that are just pinning the air coming back? You throw screens, you throw quick outs. So good call right there, got some of the yardage back.
And Dyson's done that twice now, having to throw in the face of a lot of pressure, even though it's a screen pass. Still hard to get that out when you've got guys like Guyton coming after you, Cameron Cody, Isaac Scott, Larson Little, so many guys on this defense that it's tough to throw. So 3rd and 15 for Warner Robins from their own 34. A hard count there. Benedictine doesn't jump, and Coach Sams will take a timeout with 4:18 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they got to look to go away from Guyton. They can't keep on going at Guyton, even though that was a great call with that screen, going where Guyton was coming from. I mean, you've been good with the outside motion and running the outside sweep, try it again, or jet motion, whatever you want to call it,
right,
and run the outside sweep. You're not going to go anywhere inside except the quarterback midline or the quarterback draw, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you see him right there. Danny Britt told us before this game that a big key was his front seven, and you're seeing it tonight. He was exactly right, because when that front seven is able to get to the quarterback, he's able to, it allows his secondary to do much.
But they got to stay home. They got to stay home and hold their ground.
Tonight on the Friday Night Blitz, there's plenty more high school football ahead tonight on WSAV. Check out the Friday Night Blitz highlight show with Joey Lamar, Colby Zach, and a cast of characters in front and behind the camera, along with some of the best shooters in the business. The Friday Night Blitz highlight show, tonight at halftime of News 3 at 11. That's 11:15 on WSAV NBC. And there's some good games around the region tonight, Carl, like Camden and Richmond Hill. Dyson going to drop back. He's got a man deep, but slightly overthrows him, and the ball will fall incomplete as the music continues to roll on here during that play. The Warner Robins might be asking the referees if they can get that one back. The music never stopped. That pass was intended for Jacoby Parsons and was overthrown. So now 4th down and 15.
All right, BC's going to get the ball. Stephen Cannon tonight is 3 for 5 passing for 20 yards and a TD, 4 rushes for 55 yards. Warner Robins, Dyson the quarterback, 5 for 9, 6 yards passing, 6 for 10. 5 for 9, 6 yards rushing. No, 4 rushes, 28 yards. He's 6 for 10 for minus 4 yards.
Punt is away, handled by Michael Williams at the 46. So Benedictine will take over. And I mean, that's, you're pointing at it right there. 6 for 10 for -4 yards for Dyson. And so -4 passing yards on the evening isn't going to result in much success. That's why right now you see the Demons down 26-0. And on the other side, you talked only 20 yards passing for Stephen Cannon. This is a prevalent passing attack for Benedictine, but they haven't had to do much. Well over 100 yards rushing now.
But I'm still saying that offensive line has to do a better job blocking because they can't run between the tackles. And, you know, I know there's a lot of young guys, I said that, but there are a lot of red helmets coming through that offensive line.
This game started with a Benedictine safety, and then Joshua Washington broke a long one. Stanley Smart with a long touchdown. Now Bubba Frazier might join him as well. The 10, the 15, there goes Frazier. First play, touchdown for the Benedictine passing attack. Cannon to Frazier. He breaks a tackle, makes a man miss, and gets 6 of his own.
54-yard catch and go.
That was the first time we've seen Frazier in space. The nice out route to the sidelines, makes a man miss, tiptoes the sidelines, and outruns the rest.
Now you know why he's on that 4x100 team. Right, he's part of that team?
He is a part of that team that won a state championship. He was also on the 4x200 state championship team. And the kick is up and good from Parker Lewis. He's perfect tonight on his extra points. And Benedictine looks perfect so far through this one. 3:49 in the second quarter, and they're rolling up 33-0 in this one. And so again, the negative plays, the turnovers for Warner Robins have cost them big early. And Benedictine is a team that can take advantage. Carl, we mentioned it before the break. Let's go back to last week. Benedictine gets a huge win, a come-from-behind win, thanks in part to Bubba Frazier, as you're seeing there, that touchdown over rival Ware County, 30-27. What does that do for the rest of their season?
Builds confidence. When you come back and beat a team like that, when you were down in the first half, you got confidence now. I wanted to go back to a stat. Bubba Frazier now has 9 touchdowns, right? 7 of them passes from Stephen Cannon.
Coach Britt described it, we're going to use him in every way possible, and they have tonight. You've already seen it.
But this is where you got to do your preparations during a week. You know Cannon's going to throw it to Frazier. Take Frazier away. I mean, make BC run the ball tonight because they're not having that much success.
Renton boots it away. Fielded by Potomac Kahari at the 5. He'll run to the opposite side of the field, and he'll get swarmed up at the 12-yard line. A great job by the coverage unit for Benedictine there, and it's going to be a long way to the end zone for the Warner Robins Demons on this possession.
And if you want to get on the field for the Benedictine Cadets, special teams. If you're not starting on offense or defense, get yourself on that special team.
Well, Carl, and you know what that sounds like? That sounds like every college program in the nation. That's how you build guys. And Coach Britt even said that they run their program here at Benedictine like a small college. And other college coaches, including Willie Fritz, who's now at Houston after being at Tulane, they notice it. Clay Helton at Georgia Southern, they've talked about it and said that this is a well-run machine here at Benedictine.
I mean, number 12 again, Klein Peter, he didn't make the tackle, but he's the first one down there, and he forced the kid to go, forced the Demon return man to go back into the other people.
Dyson, a screen pass to the outside. It's caught a few yards before being pushed out at the 17. That's Dalen Kirksey on the reception. And so we talked about it. You talked and gave credit to the offensive coordinator for Warner Robins. When the pass rush is as potent as it is for Benedictine, sometimes it's the quick throws that have to come out early.
You got to get it outside. Jet sweeps, screens, wide receiver screens.
Dyson going to check the play. Ashley Rowland started the game at right tackle, now moves over to center. Head coach Shaden Sam said that that was a possibility tonight, and so we see him snapping the ball to Dyson. A long keeper decision. Dyson keeps it for no gain. Swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage by the Benedictine front.
Why? Because they stayed home. They didn't go with the motion. They didn't overflow too fast. They didn't start running. They stayed home. You know, Houston and Little are your middle linebackers, your inside linebackers. They stayed home, and that's what happened.
Cameron Cody, Isaac Scott, and LaDamian Guyton in on the tackle there. 3rd and 10 for the Warner Robins offense here. As you get a look at Coach Sams there on the sideline, trying to find the answers for this offense.
Well, now you want to use the clock. I know you're down 33 points, but you want to use the clock. Get out of here with only giving up 33 points.
Kahari back in the game. Stands to the right of Dyson. Dyson looks to throw. Drops back, goes over the middle to his tight end, Peyton Zitterman, but that's broken up by a beautiful play by Larson Little.
Called his name a lot.
9-on-9 crime right there. You see it. Both number 9s trying to get that ball, and Little comes away, able to swat it out of the hands of the 6'2" tight end for Warner Robins.
9-on-9. I like that. 9 line.
Little is down 5 inches to Zitterman, only 5'10", and yet he was able to get up there, swat that one away. It forces another Warner Robins punt.
He might be 5'10", but he plays like he's 6'5".
Long snap to Nash Luke, pressure off the edge, but he gets the punt away, and this is a nice one in the air. Fair catch called by Bubba Frazier at the 42, and he's got it, so the offense will get another shot. Now you're in almost a 2-minute drill, if you will, Carl, for this Benedictine offense.
That was a good call. Fair catch. The clock should stop right away, but it ran a couple seconds after, but that's the right thing to do. Stop the clock. They all got 3 timeouts left. You're hitting those quick out passes.
We haven't had to see Cannon throw the ball too deep just yet. Head coach Danny Britt said last week against Ware County they were down early and they had opportunities deep, but Cannon uncharacteristically missed a few.
Right.
Said that he is the most coachable kid though, and that he's able to come back, rallies his team in the second half, they get a big win. We'll see if they try to open it up here on this drive, because everything so far has been short. Cannon under center. Tight formation here. He drops back. Frazier going deep. Cannon unloads into the hands of Frazier. A beautiful throw and catch, and another first play touchdown. The last 2 plays for this offense. Bubba Frazier has found payday.
I told you, you got to take him out of the game. I mean, defensively, you got to have 2 men. You have to have someone over the top. There's nobody over the top to help that kid. But when you got a D1 commit going to my favorite school, Notre Dame, you got to love it.
Bubba Frazier, that was a designed one-on-one. We're going to take a shot. And 13 touchdowns last year. You see almost 1,400 yards. He is quickly approaching that even early on in this season. Came into this game with 365. You have to imagine he is nearing 500 yards now with the night he's had. 2 touchdowns for him so far tonight. The kick from Parker Lewis good, and a 40-0 first half lead for Benedictine.
Last 2 plays for Mr. Frazier, 96 yards on 2 catches.
96 yards, and they were in different ways.
But we didn't say on that one, I mean, the first one, it was on a quick out pattern, okay? This one, I mean, Cannon put air under the ball. Frazier can't. I mean, they have a chemistry, and that's what it's all about.
And Benedictine blocked 9 on that play. They let Frazier go one-on-one, and immediately you see the drop back. He threw it up there. Frazier with the speed, able to catch up to that ball, lofted perfectly from Cannon.
I know I've been harsh on the offensive lineman, but that time there were no red helmets in the backfield to put pressure on Cannon. They did a great job right there. And what's special about BC's coaching staff, 7 of the assistant coaches are Benedictine alumni. The offensive line coach, Pat Fogarty, does a great job. I mean, he came back from Detroit. They gave him the job right away. You got A.J. DePhillips, who played quarterback at Savannah State. Pat Fogarty played college football. Caleb Collins, another college football player. You bring back, and they know how to get these kids to believe in that tradition.
Well, there's alumni everywhere tonight. Homecoming, plenty of alumni in the stands, on the sidelines. I've heard we might even see a former state championship team making an appearance tonight on the field. Brenton bombs one away. Line drive kick fielded at the 5 from Kahari. He's got a little bit of space, gets to the 25 this time. And the Benedictine defense in gray trots back onto the field. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A 40-0 Benedictine lead in Region 1 play in the class of 4A.
Got to give credit to number 28, special team, gunner. First person down the field to make the tackle was Landon Harris, only a sophomore. Young guys on the special teams. Klein Peters only a junior. I mean, you want to get on the field.
That right there might be the youngest future cadet that you'll see. Plenty of people here at Memorial Stadium in attendance.
What are you talking about, the class of 2043?
2:08 left here in the second quarter. High snap for Dyson. He's able to handle it. And a run up the middle there gets about 6. Was one broken tackle away from breaking a long one there for Potomac Kahari. But he is dragged down about 5 or 6 yards past the line of scrimmage.
You gotta win the battle. Now you can't get complacent. You gotta still play hard.
Twin set to the right here, flag flies. It's going to be a false start on the offense.
False start, it's the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot, replay second down.
And Carl, it feels like this Benedictine team, after suffering 2 early losses this season to 7A teams, one of which is ranked top 10 nationally, they're starting to find their stride. And after this one, they even get another bye next week before they get into the back half of their region schedule.
I mean, we could talk about it all night long. Danny Britt plays a tough schedule. To be the best, you got to play the best, and you got to beat the best. And that's why this program in the 15 years that he has here has excelled and has 4 state championships. But now nobody wants to play him.
Twin set to the right. The throw will be dropped, and it's picked up and returned. JoJo Sutton for 6. The referees are confused. The question is whether that was a backwards pass, and the referees say it was. JoJo Sutton picks it up, and he finds the end zone. A defensive touchdown for the Benedictine Cadets.
Any way you can score. Here we go. We got the replay right here. So Dyson drops back.
So the question was, is that was a forward or backwards pass?
They said backwards.
They said backwards. An unfortunate break there for the Warner Robins Demons, but a heads-up play from the defensive back JoJo Sutton, who immediately picked up the ball and only had to go about 20 yards to find the end zone. Now 46-0 Benedictine as they trot on for the extra point. Extra point blown dead here, flags fly. Offsides on Warner Robins.
That penalty is declined, try for point.
So there's an offsides, but the kick went through the uprights.
Here we go. Here's the first angle we're watching right here. It's close. It's close.
It's close.
It's close.
So we'll try again here for the extra point. Parker Lewis is perfect on the evening. And that one The Demons almost get to it, but it's straight through the uprights and good for another point for Benedictine. 47-0 here in the first half with 1:13 remaining. You're watching the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz game of the week, and so far it's all Benedictine.
Yep, and Sutton was right there on the spot. Scoop and score. First game back. Didn't play last week.
Quickly making an impact.
He's one of those players that can make a big impact.
And you talked about it early that this Benedictine team hasn't been as opportunistic as they'd like because they haven't forced very many turnovers. But tonight that has quickly changed. They've recovered a fumble, they've had a safety, they've had an interception, and then had a defensive touchdown on top of all of that.
Yeah, because doing the stats today, I noticed only two interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries.
And is that unusual for a classic Danny Britt team?
Yeah, they're more opportunistic. BC cheerleaders, and these young ladies are all from St. Vincent's Academy, the sister school of the Benedictine Cadets. They had a big pink night out on Wednesday night where the Benedictine Cadets played the St. Vincent's girls in volleyball, and they raised a lot of money for, cancer research. Great event over there, packed house.
Kickoff with 1:13 left in the first half. Kahari again trying to find the opposite sideline. Now he's got a little bit of extra room, cuts it back, and is stood up at the 25. He'll get to the 26 before being dragged out of bounds.
He's driven out of bounds by a host of cadets. Ball marked at about the 26-yard line.
Looked like that may have been William Brown, the freshman, getting involved on that tackle, number 40. You see him come from the bottom of your screen there. It wasn't the first tackle. Too many white helmets to count.
Looks like 25. Is that what you were reading, number 25?
Dontre Ford, the sophomore defensive back, was the first to stand Kahari up. And so now the offense returns to the field. Just had that fumble return for a touchdown. Run up the middle. It's going to get a few yards before the Cadets stand him up. So 5 yards or so, and now it's second down as the clock ticks under a minute.
And the bad thing is, well, the good thing is the Cadets are winning. The bad thing for Warner Robins, the Cadets get the ball and start the second half.
Yeah, because the very first play from scrimmage tonight was the safety in that end zone by the field house. The Demons letting this one run now, 25 seconds remaining on the game clock in the second quarter. Dyson in the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to keep it and try and bust one to the outside. Gets the first down and gets out of bounds. Lays his shoulder pad into the defensive back for the Cadets before being pushed out. That's been the bright spot tonight for Warner Robins, is the quarterback run. Dyson up the middle and outside. He's been able to find a little bit of room and move the chains a few times. So 11.8 seconds remaining on the clock. You have to figure this has got to be a shot play for Warner Robins to see if they can put some points up on the board. And a fumbled snap. Benedictine not able to get on it. Warner Robins recovers, but that will bleed the half. And it's a 47-0 lead for Benedictine here at the half. A perfect outcome for homecoming for the Cadets here. Their fans a standing ovation as they run to the locker room. You see they've done it in every way. That one a defensive touchdown, and we head to the break now. Benedictine up on Warner Robins big.
Now back to the Friday Night Blitz game of the week and your Georgia Department of Public Health at the half.
Well, it has been all Benedictine so far. You've seen they've done it in every which way possible. The long run there from Joshua Washington, 46 yards, made multiple men miss as he found his way into the end zone, and they lead 47-0.
Give the big guy a little love here. Carlton Hall down the field. He made a big block at the end.
Hank Tatum alongside Carl DeMasi. And Coach, heading into the locker room in a lopsided affair right now, if you're Benedictine and Danny Britt, what would you be telling your guys?
Keep your head. We don't need to lose anybody to unsportsmanlike conduct, any undisciplined action, okay? Keep your head. We got a big game in 2 weeks, so you got another week off. I mean, every time you turn around, they got a week off, so nobody wants to play him. But just keep your head. And, of course, don't do anything that's going to get you hurt.
And this is a team that's come in confident after the win last week against Ware. They're just rolling tonight. They have the bye, and then they have more region action trying to wrap up another region title. But let's take things over to the other sideline. If you were Shane Sams coaching this Warner Robins team, what do you tell them with the big deficit at the half?
Win the quarter. Win every play. Win the quarter. Find something positive to come out of this. Don't put your heads down. Don't just say I'm over with a lot of Warner Robins pride, our tradition. Play for the colors on your body tonight. I mean, there's the game is literally over. So, but don't quit. Don't quit. Just have a lot of pride. Show who you are. Show where you're from.
Yeah, and they've had success on the offensive side of the ball with Dyson running the ball. They've turned it over a few times, and that's been crippling. But head coach Shane Sams said that this is a team built on adversity. They still believe that they've got enough in the tank to win the quarter, win the down, win the first step even, and win some games throughout the rest of this season, obviously dealing with a number of injuries. They came into this game with 9 starters out for the year, and now you lose Quincy Davis there. We saw in that first quarter, he's going to be out at least for the remainder of this game. We hope that he's healthy moving forward for Warner Robins. And let's talk a little bit about this Benedictine offense, because we've seen the defense. We saw the very first play with the safety there, but Bubba Frazier seems to be your guy so far. He's 2 catches, 2 touchdowns on long plays.
I mean, it's D1 talent. I mean, and Danny Britt's always been a believer. Watching him I've been watching him for longer. I've been watching him for 20 years. Okay, 5 years at Calvary, 15 years at Calvary, and 15 years here. He's always going to get the ball to his best player.
The Coastal Health District works to improve lives in our region by preventing disease, injury, and disability, promoting health and well-being, and preparing for disasters. This week, we'll learn about services for expecting mothers in our area. Here's Ginger Heidel with the Georgia Department of Public Health at the half.
Thank you so much. I am Ginger Heidel with the Coastal Health District, and I'm excited to tell you all tonight about a new program in our district that is supporting the health of moms and new babies. And I'm joined by Kelly Evans, who is a nurse with our district's home visiting program. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
And thank you for having me.
Yes, so your program focuses on the health of pregnant moms and the new babies up to 1 year who have some healthcare conditions or some other challenges that may result in some bad outcomes during that pregnancy in that first year. Why do some moms and babies need a little extra attention during this time?
Yeah, Ginger, thanks for asking that. So with pregnancy, a woman's body goes through a lot of changes. We take for granted when we're healthy that all those changes just happen automatically. But if a woman has, let's say for instance, chronic hypertension, or if she has kidney problems, or let's say maybe she's had preeclampsia in the past, or any kind of pregnancy condition that has caused her not to have just the normal labor and delivery. Any of those conditions can cause the mom to just need extra monitoring to possibly change the outcome for the next pregnancy. Not that she wouldn't have those conditions again or the conditions would go away, but we'd be able to follow her a little closely.
And when you talk about following them closely, that's one thing that I think is really unique about this program is that rather than having these moms and then once they have the babies, having these babies coming into our clinics, you're going to them, right?
That's correct.
So and why is that so important?
Yeah, so that's important because first of all, we all know how lives of busy moms are, and that's just one less time the mom has to load everybody up into the car and get to a visit. And so she doesn't really have to think about that when she thinks about enrolling in this voluntary program. The second part of that is some of our women are allowed into the program because of social issues. So maybe they don't have a reliable transportation for every visit, or maybe they don't have a car at all. So that way, every woman who has one of these conditions that qualify them doesn't really have to think about the fact that, you know, they don't have a way to get there. So, and we all know in healthcare that can be a barrier to care. So.
And this isn't just about the pregnant women. There are babies who may have conditions that would qualify them as well. Can you just tell us a few of those?
Sure. So premature babies, babies with certain health conditions, it can be really anything that takes them off of what we call normal. So yeah, developmental delays. I've had babies that have had a surgery early in their development. And then this way we can follow these children with an extra layer. We do developmental screenings from time to time throughout the program. And we can also get them referrals to other private or public health programs to help that baby and mom and family really not only just survive, but thrive in their environment, because that's what we want them to do. We want them to thrive.
Absolutely. And so how does someone get plugged into your program?
So if you go to the Coastal Health District's website and you find the Perinatal Health Partnership, then you will have all the information there that you need to kind of see if you fit into the program, you or your baby. And then you fill out the interest form down at the bottom. Once you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see there's an interest form there, and somebody will contact you.
Okay, that's great information. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. We want to remind you that the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by the Coastal Health District, improving health for those who live, work, and play in the coastal counties of Southeast Georgia. Learn how the Georgia Department of Public Health can help at coastalhealthdistrict.org. Well, it's homecoming here tonight. The ceremony's taking place here at halftime. Hank Tatum here in the booth alongside Coach Carl DeMasi. Coach, what does this mean for players? It's got to be a little bit extra to want to show out for a huge crowd and the homecoming festivities at the half.
You know, you're a football player. It's your school. It's your community. You're playing for your friends, but you're playing for the alumni that are coming back. You're playing for the guys that won state championship. You're playing for your family. You're playing for your friends. You're playing for the brotherhood here at BC. So playing a game at homecoming means you don't want to lose. And, you know, that's even a little more incentive why maybe BC has come out like they did. And, you know, you got your sister school here with all the homecoming court. It's just something special. And to be part of homecoming, it's not just about the football team also. It's about the community. It's about the alumni. It's about the culture over at BC.
Well, that's right. And there's plenty of alumni here in attendance as we finish up the homecoming ceremonies here at Memorial Stadium in Savannah, home of the Benedictine Cadets. And right now, Benedictine is up big for their homecoming, putting on a show for their fans.
Well, we're getting close to seeing who is homecoming queen 2025. Just, you know, you were talking also about some scores. Richmond Hill was up 17-7 over Camden County.
That's a big game, and this Richmond Hill team has been really good so far this season.
Calvary is up 33-6. Savannah Christian's up 28-7. Those are the scores I got right now. So, you know, and remember, you can watch it at 11:15 right there on the WSAV.
Look at you, you're a pro. WSAV NBC tonight for the Friday Night Blitz with Joey Lamar and Colby Zach.
You know, they're running around.
They're just about everywhere. If you can think of a high school in Savannah, they've got it covered tonight, and they'll bring you all the action.
So is this your first year in Savannah? Is this your first taste of Georgia football? Or are you from Georgia?
First taste of Savannah football for sure. I'm from Georgia, but it's special down here, I'll tell you what. And, you know, this beautiful stadium here at Memorial and a packed crowd for a team that is chasing championship aspirations for Benedictine. So we're getting to our homecoming runner-ups right now.
First runner-up.
And you can see everybody, crowd, cheerleaders, students, cadets, loving the festivities.
You know, they're anticipating who's the queen.
So there's your first runner-up. Now we'll get to a few more of the awards given out before we get to the homecoming queen.
And your 2025 Benedictine homecoming queen is Miss Mills Smith.
Mills Smith, your 2025 Benedictine homecoming queen. You see the moment right there. Obviously, you talked about what it means to be a football player, but obviously that means a lot as well to be named homecoming queen for your school. Mills Smith, homecoming queen, and we will take a break here on the WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week on the CW. Benedictine up 47-0 on Warner Robins. Stick around, we've got one more half to play when we return.